Hey, what's up? So I just wanted to share some early impressions of mine for Dragon Age the Veilguard. I have been really enjoying it. One of the first things I thought when watching like gameplay previews was like the combat looked a little too simplistic to me. But sometimes I don't mind that, like I would rather have more advanced kind of combinations. Like I prefer combos of the olden games like Bayonetta or God of War, the original series. Um, and I'm forgetting some others off. I had one and then I forgot it right now. Or even Alice Madness Returns didn't have like a large combo system. Oh, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, so many combos, dude, like so many animations and moves for each of these characters. So like games like this, a little more on the simple side. Out there, it does get you get more attacks the further as you level up, but it's really slow, um, which is fine. You just have a lot. You don't have a lot of attacks. Once you get used to them, you're kind of using the same moves over and over, which is very normal for a lot of games. But yeah, so no, I do prefer having more, skills to work with. But this combat a little simplistic, but fun. It's a cool hack and slasher type. I'm playing a caster, so it's a little different, but it still kind of plays like a third person shooter hack and slasher type thing. Um, Before I even get into some of my notes on this, I didn't even wasn't even planning to say all that. But I did want to say that I can understand a lot of complaints, I guess, right? Like instant reactions for fans that are longtime fans of the series, that wouldn't like it, right? Or be very upset with the changes and stuff. I've seen that, I've been through that myself. Several different series, Final Fantasy is one of them. I really hate 16. I don't mind when they do like sub games, right? Like do a sub game and make it obvious it's a sub game. Like Final Fantasy 16 should have been. I don't. It's just like Devil May. Like what the hell? But that so I get it. I fully get when a game series changes and that you're just not a fan of the new way, even if it's not a bad game, right? You still prefer the older way. Same thing happened. Dude, like everybody loves Resident Evil 4, and I've said it then, and I would say it now. Resident Evil 4 was when Resident Evil stopped being Resident Evil, like turned into something else. But I have not played the remaster yet of either 2 or 3 or 4 yet. I plan to eventually. Kind of curious. I've played a little bit of 2 and 3. Like I played the demos. They seemed all right, but so yeah, I've been through that with different series, and it's obvious to me that's well, it seems to me that that's probably what happened here. There's a lot of hate on this game. Of course, there's the nonsense, but that's a portion of the game, and that's in everything. There is propaganda and bullcrap in every single thing ever. Your favorite stuff is loaded with it, I'm sure. 1,000%. Let's watch it together. Go play it. Let's go see what your favorite stuff is, and I can point out the nonsense there, man. Like, come on, we all know it. Like, whatever. Anyways, so but other than the stupid bull crap of like stuff that people that whatever, um, I could understand not liking it just because it's a different game. Another series that I prefer the older ones of is Assassin's Creed. I like the newer games. I like them. I enjoy them. I even gave kind of what I think it was a raving review for Shadows. Well, sort of. I wrote a lot on that one. I had like a few different posts on that. Um, I put the negative with the good, man. But like I usually when I express the good, I'm usually like being like, oh, this is awesome. But anyways, yeah, I've been through that with multiple game series. I was never a giant like big deep into Dragon Age series or anything. Even Mass Effect. I played Mass Effect Andromeda before I even played 1 through 3. But Andromeda was the reason I wanted to play 1 through 3. I liked Andromeda. I liked it a lot, dude. Um, Thought it was really cool. So that was the reason. That was literally, if I had not played Andromeda, it might have taken me even longer to play Mass Effect 1 through 3. And then I played 1 through 3. 2 is my favorite. I loved 3. I preferred 3 as far as the pacing. But 2 is kind of perfection. Like that's it's not I disagree on Uncharted. Like everybody loves part two, but three is my favorite. Um, but yeah, with Mass Effect 2, I do agree with the majority there. That was probably the best, out of the three. But they're all great. Anyways, yeah. So Dragon Age: The Veilguard, I have been liking it. Oh man, dude, and it started like it's a linear game, semi-open world, but at the very beginning, it takes like a few hours before it starts to open up a little bit, right? When fast travel is something you actually use regularly, the world gets a little bit more open and bigger, and with puzzles kind of being a little bit further apart, having to move around a bit more platforming, a bit more, it does open up. It reminds me a little bit of, sorry, I forgot. It reminds me a little bit of Kingdoms of Amalur. Had the same thing. Like the first few hours, I loved them, but it was kind of enclosed. It was kind of small. But you get into the game and it just blows up, dude. It's enormous, right? Now I don't expect the same exact kind of thing here, but I have noticed that the further I get into it, the bigger it feels, the bigger it is. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, let's see. I wanted to, for some reason, I just felt like sharing my thoughts, mainly because of some of that stuff I said about like how series change. And I don't like it. I would prefer like standalone games, kind of a thing, right? Like that's its own thing, but this is kind of still the same. But it also makes sense when you're, I guess it kind of makes sense if your game series is like 10 plus in, 10 titles in, you're like, of course they're going to want to change it up, right? Still, though, I think kind of side games make more sense, Um, it is weird to me to do, and I loved Final Fantasy 14. I loved Final Fantasy 11. I like 16 general. There's so many problems I have with that game, but like I can like it, I can like it, but I still would expect them, because they're in the Final Fantasy title, I'd expect it to be that turn-based old thing. That's all. It's not a big deal. Like I don't hate them just because they change. I actually kind of like it because I prefer hack and slash brawler games now. I prefer that. I don't even play turn-based almost never right now. I have thought about it many times. I kind of want to go back into it, but they're just too slow, and I'm like, nah, it's too slow. But yeah, so I'm playing these, I do prefer the hack and slash third person shooter style action games. So I like that they're like that, but I still think it would be better if it was like, like for example, freaking Final Fantasy Strangers in Paradise, very obvious side game, right? It's not like they're not calling it the main game kind of a thing, right? Like it's a kind of a side thing. Like that's cool. And I'm not even super interested in that just because it's Souls-like. And it's funny because you can play it on a lower difficulty, right? But I don't like the Souls system. I don't like the way that plays out. I don't know what happened, man. Like I miss the older games like Bayonetta or the older God of War, man. And I love the reboot God of War. I still haven't played the sequel yet. But I did love the reboot. Thought that was pretty amazing. Still prefer the older game, I just preferred the way those played out. Yeah, so okay. So again, back to I guess Dragon Age: The Veilguard here. All right, that's funny. Oh, the graphics are amazing. That should be obvious, dude. But it's funny. It doesn't matter what game it is, right? Like how beautiful the game. Like Spider-Man Remastered, Spider-Man 2, Days Gone, freaking dude. So many truly incredibly gorgeous games visually, right? And I'll still be on the forums and see people be like, "Oh, it looks like trash. It looks like a PS2 game," and I'm like, "What is happening? What? I don't even. What? This can't be real." Gotta be a bot. I don't know. It's like it makes no sense. But that's in every game, man. Every game has it, no matter what, no matter how gorgeous this game is. Just freaking stunning, man. It's so beautiful. I love it. Voice acting is great. Love the voice acting. I like the characters so far, man. The characters are pretty cool. So mostly I have enjoyed the story, the dialogue, the characters, development. I've actually enjoyed it for the most part. I there's every game, especially RPGs, you too much filler dialogue, and I just realized, yeah, so far there of course there's filler dialogue, like just really boring dialogue that's just like, I just start to zone out, fall asleep, and crap. But no, so far I've been into it. I've been following the characters, been following the development of their, like their little things in between, the little mini side stories and stuff. Pretty cool. That's mostly because I do like the characters, and the dialogue generally, yeah, has not been gotten like too dragged out and just get boring. I know there were at least a couple parts that I was like, whatever. But mostly, yeah, overall, so far. I'm only, I think, like, let me see, maybe 12 hours into it or something. Uh, Steam says 18 hours, but like, probably 4 to 5 of that in photo mode. Maybe 3 hours. I'm trying to think of like, because I do know I spend a lot of time in there, but not too much. Like each of my screenshots, I might take about like a minute. A minute at the most is my average inside a single screenshot. I take thousands of screenshots. Oh yeah, join my Discord if you want to see more of whatever I'm posting. But as like I post a lot of screenshots there, and I post clips of stuff I'm watching too, like TV shows and movies and stuff. But yeah, no, I have a lot of screenshots there. But yeah, no, each of my screenshots, I like at the most, I usually spend like a minute inside of those. On average, 10 to 30 seconds. I'm just moving the camera, finding the angle I want, and that's it for the most part. Sometimes I'll go a little deeper depending on how used to the photo mat. Like I just found out that this had a freaking field of view, and the only reason I just found out was that I forgot and didn't realize that the name of it isn't field of view. I forget what they call it in this one, but it is a normal thing. But like I'm used to seeing it as field of view and not the one they had, like local focal length, right? Same thing basically. But yeah, but because they called it something else, I didn't realize that. I was like, oh, and then I finally saw it and I was like, oh, duh, right? Anyway, so some photo modes have different features, different settings. Some of them are they don't have a whole lot, but at least you can move the camera around, which is cool. But yeah, so if, like, what was the last photo mode I really liked? I know I liked Spider-Man, of course, but there was something else that just had a really cool photo mode. I can't remember. It's been a little while since I played it and was doing it and stuff. But yeah, some of them have like really cool photo modes, and any photo mode is cool. Like I'll take if a photo mode doesn't have a million filters and a million frames and whatever, and it just lets you go in there and move the camera around, like full and far out and zoom in and whatever, and it just lets you play with some of that, right? Like that's cool. I like that. Not a fan of like snapshot modes where they just have like that, like the Kingdom Hearts kind of a thing. I think they might have added a real photo mode, but I'm not sure. But they had that like snapshot mode, and there's multiple games do that. They have this, you just put the camera on and it's just, and you can't do anything really with it. It's so annoying. I hate that. Before, one cool thing I forgot, I just remembered right now on PC, like Nvidia's Ansel. I haven't seen anybody refer to it in Ansel in a while. That was the last I remember it being called, is their photo mode-ish thing. Like they have a built-in photo. Not every game supported, but if the game itself doesn't have photo mode, sometimes Nvidia's thing would let you actually enter its own photo mode. And I was like, no, The Witcher 3 has it. The Witcher 3 has it for, you can use that for photo mode. First time I saw it, I was like, holy crap, that's amazing. And it is. That's actually pretty cool. Some games that, unfortunately, there's a lot of games that are not supported by it. But that's pretty neat though. Hogwarts Legacy, I was taking photo mode screenshots with Nvidia before they added a photo mode to the game. I remember when they patched it in, I saw, because I had gotten the game like a year after it came out or something, right? It'd been a while. I finally got it, and then after I'd already been like 40 hours into it, did they add an actual photo mode? And I was like, all this time you guys didn't have a photo mode? Like, I was really glad that I had the Nvidia for that. I didn't even mean to say, I just love taking screenshots, man. It's fun. So I really do love photo mode. Even if it doesn't have like a zillion features and whatever, as long as I get to move the camera around, zoom in, zoom out, that kind of a thing, like that's enough for me. But I do like the extra stuff too. The extra stuff is pretty cool. Let's see. All right. Okay, yeah, and this was a little note I had, expectations, and it's kind of already mentioned some of it, but I forgot about this note that I wrote. When a game is a sequel, you expect it to be as good or better than the previous games, not completely different. So yeah, part of that is like you do, and I can see it really is tricky when to compare. I wouldn't compare Final Fantasy 16 to Final Fantasy 6 or what I knew is Final Fantasy 3. you know, the older, like those games, those older games, I wouldn't compare them. I wouldn't even put them in the same genre. It's the same title. It's not the same genre. Like, so that makes it weird. You know, that it can be tricky because, like, again, like I said, like I can like this game but still prefer the older style of a, you know, series that I've been enjoying. Oh yeah, this was early on too, linear, like Sword Art Online type games. So if you like JRPGs, but like Sword Art Online, where you're just going down a tunnel, there's no real movement, you know, that's boring as hell, man. Like, I might like the story and the combat, but like, it's so boring just walking down tunnels, man. That's terrible. But like I said, this game does open it up. It does get bigger and stuff, which is pretty cool. Like Kingdoms of Amalur, if you ever played that. And if you haven't played Kingdoms of Amalur, play that game, man. Seriously. It'll live up. It'll be dated visually and stuff, but I think it's probably still worth playing if you never played that game. I'll even link it. I'll link it in the description, man. That's one of the best games. I still haven't beaten the Re-Reckoning, the 4K HD remaster. But anyways, let's see, what else do I got here? Combat quick and combat is quick and easy on normal. A very like short combat sections as I've been playing through it. It does depend on the level of the quest. If it's like your level, I've been going through it pretty easy and quick on normal, like very short fights and stuff. Cool combat. Like the combat's actually pretty nice. I like it. I like that the regular like normal attacks that you do, heavy attacks, light attacks, you know, your magic, but then I also do like the detonation combo things, which has been going around, and I didn't even realize that somebody else pointed that out. I saw in the forum post, they were like, yeah, it has the detonators like Anthem and Mass Effect Andromeda, I think they mentioned. And I totally forgot that, you know, Anthem even had that system. Anthem, oh my gosh, what an amazing game, especially for each of the different mechs working together. But anyways, yeah, so it has those detonators, which is pretty neat. I do like that. And you can do the pause menu, you know, pop up your commands. It makes it really simple on you know, just commanding them and stuff. So that's cool. But I was thinking, I was like, yeah, some people might prefer a challenge and just raise the difficulty. I don't know how much harder it is. Well, I've been wondering like how this game plays out, like as far as like after you beat the campaign, like what end game might be like other than just doing side quests. Because I was thinking like I kind of want to play other classes, but that's, I like the game. I'm like, I kind of want to play these other classes, but I don't already want to start a new game and go through the same exact story, kind of, not just yet, right? You know. But yeah, I'd like to play some other classes as well. Check them out because it's a fun game, cool. Anyways, yeah, some people would raise the difficulty and see what you think. It's definitely easy on normal, pretty much. I have gotten some tough fights, but they're a little bit higher level in me, like quest wise and stuff. Yeah, like if they're my level, it's pretty easy for the most part. There are some difficult fights though, which is cool because I need to get better at blocking. I'm always dodging, and it's not the best for every single attack. Especially when there's a lot of enemies on the screen, dodging is a pain in the ass because there is like a stamina. You almost never use it up until like, because most battles don't have freaking 5, 6, 7, 8 enemies. Most battles are like 2 to 4 enemies. So those larger battles, like, yeah, you can't dodge the whole time, and you have to, right? So I need to get better at blogging during those fights. This is just a pain. I'm on one right now, but it's a higher level quest. If it was a lower level, it'd probably go smoother. Anyways, but yeah, my point is like basically mostly on normal. It's been mostly easy to play so far. Let's see. Oh, dude, I'm surprised. I love how often you use zip lines. Yeah, like it's like the further you get in the game, and the more it opens up, and the more you're doing some exploration, because it does open up. It doesn't go full open world as so far from what I played. And I'm pretty sure it won't. It's not a full open world game, but there is plenty of exploration, and it opens up. Like if you play the game, you'll see what I mean. Like the first few hours are pretty tight little tunnels and stuff, but it does get bigger. But yeah, so zip lines, pretty cool. I actually like the zip lines. It's interesting because you know what I like about them in this game? They actually kind of feel natural to me, and in the way that I've been playing, it just feels like a normal, natural part of the game rather than like this out of place kind of like, oh, it's just a gimmick. I have to use this gimmick here. I actually like it in this game. It feels good. It's pretty nice because it's never forced and it's only for these parts where it makes perfect sense. Like it's great. It's freaking great, man. All right. Let's see. And then my last note, I do like the characters. I just had a quick note on Lucian, even though what's her name? Balara is my favorite character so far, and I like them all so far. Like I like Nev, I like Harding. I usually don't remember freaking characters' names, but if I like them, I remember them. I don't know all these damn characters. I'm like, oh yeah, these characters are pretty cool. My favorite is Balara though. And the only reason I have a hard time like trying to remember her name is I always think Ballerina or Tinkerbell, anything Bell. Ballerina. Anyways, I'm pretty sure it's Balara. Anyway, Lucian. What I thought was fun about Lucian so far is that he's similar characteristically to a vampire, but he's actually like possessed by a demon, and they can talk to each other. It's an interesting little thing that they do with his character. So he's like a vampire, but he's not a vampire. It's kind of fun. It's just a funny little thing to me about that character. So anyways, that was all I had for that. I rambled on a whole bunch about stuff, but I didn't mean to get into. I mostly just wanted to share some thoughts, and I understand why people would be disappointed or not want this, right? And I, you know, sometimes I'll see people on the same level that I am as far as like, they're like, you know, I get it, you know, maybe they could have gave it a different title, you know, like make it obvious it's a part of Dragon Age, but it's not that Dragon Age, right? You know. Yeah, no, it's as a game on its own, it's really cool, right? So if you didn't think about the previous games and you weren't comparing it to your previous favorites and stuff, and you just played this for its own thing, very cool. It reminds me of stuff like even like movies. Resident Evil, I did not like. The first time I ever watched that first movie with Mia Jovovich, right? Fifth Element girl, which I love that movie. Fifth Element's great, but the first time I ever saw the that movie with her, like it was horrible. I was disgusted. I was so disappointed. I could not believe how it was nothing like the game, like nothing. And I wasn't like, I guess I didn't realize until I saw The Last of Us. Like I think I didn't watch the first episode, and I saw the trailers, and I was like, there's literally nothing different here than the game. And that was when I realized I was like, oh, maybe I do want like something a little. If I've already played the game, I don't need to watch the show. Although now that the show went on really long, I'm sure it has a lot more, you know, little details and stuff like that, which is cool. But anyways, but yeah, I didn't like the first Resident Evil movie the first time I saw it. And then years later, I gave it a try again, and I was like, I'm just gonna watch it for what it is, because the X-Men movies sucked so bad as well. Those were just so crappy, just terrible. So I started having to just be like, all right, let me just watch it for what it is, not even compare it to what the hell the source material is or the things that I would expect, because I already am familiar with these characters in the series and stuff, right? Just forget that, right? And just like just enjoy it for what it is, and that is possible. Of course, I'm not going to deny any disappointment or preference in that case, but if I can enjoy something for what it is, cool, man. Like, you know. But yeah, no. Anyways, I like this game so far. I like it a lot. I'm surprised. You know, because I was pretty sure I'd like it. Like just, but I thought I was really worried about the combat more than anything, because just in the previews and even like some of the live streams I watched, which they were a little bit further into it, it just didn't look that great, you know. Like, because it is simplistic, but it's cool. Like, I dig it. All right, anyways, I'm gonna go now because I'll just start repeating myself more. All right, talk to you later. Bye bye.